Want your cannabis seeds to grow into healthy, thriving plants? You're in the right place. Come on, let's talk about how to get your seeds growing strong. But before we do, today's video is brought to you by Real Growers Recharge. If you want stronger, healthier plants, if you want bigger roots for better fruits, you gotta check out Real Growers Recharge. It's like an instant compost tea that holds more nutrients at your root zone, breaks those nutrients down, and makes them more plant available, getting more of your nutrients into your plants. Find out more about Recharge over at realgrowers.com. And while you're there, use coupon code Scotty420 to get 20% off your first order. Now let's get back to the show. Come on, High C, you want to pop some beans?
Okay, guilty admission. I've only grown from seed once.
Yeah.
And every other time that I've grown, it's been from clone because I'm kind of scared of seeds.
Man, I'm spoiled because I get clones handed to me all the time. I also get seeds handed to me all the time. And popping, I will say maybe some super old seeds, maybe you'll have some issues. Popping fresh beans for me has been very easy. I'm glad to share it with you. It shouldn't be tough to pop beans, man.
Okay, so let's jump into it then. Let's talk about,
yes.
And I see you do this, the paper towel method.
Yes, I wish I invented the paper towel method, but this is how everybody learns how to pop seeds, okay? You take a paper towel. I actually take 2 of them. I fold it in half. I'll fold it in half again, and then I'll put the seeds inside it. And maybe I'll take 3 or 5 of them, spread them out the tiniest bit. They're going to pop a little tail coming out, so maybe I put them 1/4 of an inch away from each other. I fold that towel over, and then I put that towel in a Ziploc bag, and then I'm not going to get rich off this, okay, but I take about 2 ounces of Real Growers Recharge solution, which is, I guess, like a fraction of a tablespoon. Anyway, and I wet the paper towel with that. And
you soak the paper towel with
Yes, I soak the paper towel, and then I put that inside of a Ziploc bag. Close the Ziploc bag up, put it in a dark place, and come and check the next day. The next day or the day after, those seeds will have popped for the most part, or at least a couple of them will.
Okay, I'm growing in Colorado.
Yes.
It's winter. I just fired up my lights. And I've seen seed heating mats.
Yeah.
Do I need something like that, or can I do it at room temperature?
Man, get a heating mat anyway. When I clone, I use a heating mat. And when I pop beans, I definitely use a heating mat. And it helps. I mean, having those spring temperatures, what happens? What have these seeds been conditioned for, hundreds of thousands or millions of years?
They want that soil that's warming up.
Yeah, wake up during the spring.
Okay.
So yeah, they're $10, by the way, a seed mat is.
Makes sense. And I seen you always use Recharge. I've seen other people just do water. They just wet it in water. Why Recharge? Why do you use Recharge when you pop your seeds?
Thank you. Mycorrhizae. Recharge has a ton of other stuff that's used when an adult plant will use, the soil will use. It also has a specific fungi called mycorrhizae, mycofungus rhizae root. It's a fungus that attaches to the root. It works best because it mines fertilizer. It mines phosphorus and fertilizer. It's able to hold that and pull it out of the soil. It works best when there's not a lot of fertilizer around, when it doesn't have a lot of competition. Yes. So inoculating it right as that seed pops, that radical root is that little tail that comes out of there. As soon as that root pops and it gets inoculated with mycorrhizae, all that has to happen now is as that root elongates, as that root grows, and as that root system grows, the mycorrhizae just has to colonize what's growing. So it's already got the whole root system is colonized. All it has to do is colonize the new root growth. All of a sudden, you've got a great mycorrhizae inoculation right from the start. And I will say, nature fills a vacuum. Just like when you cut yourself and it's not, you can wash it off with soap, it is going to get filled with either positive bacteria or negative bacteria and fungi. We want to prime the root system with positive bacteria. So it's loaded with positive bacteria, nutrient solubilizing and plant protecting, root protecting bacteria and fungi. If they're the first to get on there, then there's a no vacancy sign for all the other pathogens that want to come on in.
Okay, I've seen you when you pop your seeds.
Yep.
Some people put them in like the root cubes. You usually go straight into a solo cup.
Yeah, I want to go right into the solo cup because I want to let that radical root, that one tap root, go as far down as I can. So yeah, I like to go in a solo cup. A shameless plug. I plugged Recharge. I'll plug dots. I'll put 5 grams of dots in there. It'll keep it going for long enough to where it roots out that solo cup till transplant. But yeah, the idea is to give it, and by the way, that solo cup dries back every couple days, especially after it starts growing a little bit. You want that. You don't want a seed to sit in just a giant wet container where it's just going to stay wet. That's how root rot happens. So by having that really small container, I'm able to control the amount of moisture in there a little bit better.
Okay, so that was going to be my question, because in the real buckets, it's always got that perfect amount of water.
Sure.
But when you're doing it in the cups, there's a little bit of extra water, and then there's the dry back, and a little bit of extra water,
Right.
and then the dry back. Why is it different once the plant is kind of rooted and ready to go in the real buckets? Why do you not want that perfect amount of water the whole time in the solo cup?
When they're first starting out, you want to stimulate growth. So I remember having root cubes before, and I would forget to water my clones, and they'd be dry as anything, but they have grown 2 inches, and they were just praying to the light. Plants respond. We talked about drought stress a couple episodes ago. By giving them drought stress like that, they will perform. They will make more roots trying to find more moisture, and they really do perform. So giving them that limited amount of drought stress that we're talking about, and a great time to do it is when they're in the solo cups. Yeah, that's an excellent thing.
Okay, and you talked earlier about making sure you have a seed heating mat.
Yep.
For when I've got the seeds inside of the paper towel method.
Yeah.
What about once they're in the solo cups? Am I still going to want them on the heating mat?
Yeah, the seed mat is a good investment. I use mine. I use it for the clones, and then after the clones come out, I take my solo cups and put it right on that same tray, right on that same heat mat. We're simulating spring and stimulating root growth. But yes, so the warmer the roots, the faster the metabolism, the faster the plant grows, and that's what we want in the solo cup. Hey, but that is just me. Those are my top tips for popping seeds. But what about you? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please leave a comment. Please hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Talk about this one with another grower you know. And check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. I think you'll dig them.